This is leveraging Martech to unlock efficiencies. You're going to hear from Nicole Alfonso. All right, guys, let's welcome her on stage.
Hi, it's 2:45. I hope you've all had your second cup of coffee and are still as eager to talk about Martech as you were this morning. And so today we're going to talk about leveraging Martech to unlock efficiencies and how we do that at Bluevine. So by a show of hands, who has heard of Bluevine? Okay, I see a few hands. Well, hopefully you'll learn something today, but I'll give you a little overview. So we're a financial technology platform that was founded in 2013. We are not a bank. We're on a mission to build a better financial future for small business owners, and we do this with lending, payment, and integrated checking solutions. We've helped over 500,000 customers and counting with over $1 billion in checking deposits and over $14 billion in loans funded. And so I'd like to get a feel for who we have in the room today. By a show of hands, can you let me know if you're in financial services? All right, way to represent. Retail? Okay. Entertainment? Nonprofit? Something else? Okay. Well, when I first started out in fintech, I had a hard time finding examples that I felt really cut through and were creative, and it forced me to pull from my past retail experience. So as you're going through the slides, whether you're fintech or something else, I hope that you can think outside of the box and that there's something here for you to take home. So over the course of our partnership with Movable Inc., we've used over 10 tools and counting, and while we're assessing what tools we want to use, whether it's Movable Inc., AMP script, dynamic content, something else, some questions that we're asking ourselves are, how often will we need to show this content? Is this something that has multiple uses? Will the content need updates? For us, typically that answer is yes. What is the complexity of the targeting logic or the creative logic? And so when these answers are yes, this usually leads us to Movable Inc. And today we'll walk through the first 6 use cases on this slide. So our first example here is leveraging the local map tool. And so as a consumer, you've probably all seen this for store locators. Pulling from my retail experience, I thought, how could we use this tool to solve some problems that we have in our business? And so at Bluevine, we work with a lot of third parties. We have a third party called Green Dot and another one called Allpoint, where customers can make cash deposits. And the challenge is that in the email experience, we were bringing them out to a third-party site. The site didn't have our branding. It had a lot of other information there that maybe wasn't relevant to the customer. And so the local map allowed us to bring that experience into the email. It reduced friction because now we're not asking a customer to go to this site. They can stay right in the email and see what locations are near to them. And so because this is dynamic, if you're here in New York today, you're going to see deposit locations near you. When you go home to Wisconsin, you're going to see those locations near your business there. So that's a great capability. If the IP address is blocked, then we're able to just use your business zip code on file. So in both cases, we're covered. And this really just gives us control of the formatting within our email. We're able to show this in our colors. We're able to have our messaging. So this is a really big win for us. Our next use case is fully automated blog emails, and this is leveraging the web crop tool. So referring back to retail again, you probably have seen this for physical products, so pulling in a sweater or a dress. For financial technology, we don't have physical products, but we do invest a lot in our blog. We are constantly writing articles to keep our customers informed of financial fraud schemes and how to prep for tax season, how to hire for the holidays, a lot of relevant topics there, and we want to drive to our blog. And so through this experience, we're able to pull in the latest blog image, we're able to pull in that title and drive continuous traffic to our blog. It helps us build engagement with our current and prospective customers. And so while you might not be ready to transact or fund your account, you're still able to get information to help you make a decision and just stay better informed for your business. And the beauty of this is set it and forget it. We built it once. We're not using design resources. We're not using email resources to keep it updated. It's just going each week and letting customers know what we have going on. And the beauty of this too is that we're able to have segmentation without doing any work, which is a win. So we have different tags on our blog. So we have different product tags for our banking product, for our lending product. We have small business stories. And so through those tags, we're able to say if we only want to show banking articles, then only show that. If we have customers that are both products, then we can show both, but it gives us that flexibility to create segments. Our next example is going to be leveraging the bar chart and the image personalization tools. And we're going to look at a variety of dynamic data visualizations we've executed. And so our first example is our dynamic APY tracker. So Bluevine, we offer APY on checking accounts, and that's really rare, but there are some requirements for you to unlock that. You have to spend either $500 with your debit card or receive $2,500 in incoming payments. And so in this example on the left here, you'll see those varieties, you'll see those different options there. And so this is something that we're able to change the customer's behavior. So we're not just sending this at the end of the month saying, hey, you earned interest, hey, you didn't earn interest. We're sending it in the middle of the month. We're saying, hey, here's where you're tracking. You have $100 to go. Hey, you actually haven't hit any of these requirements. Start using your account to qualify for this benefit. So it's reducing friction because prior to this experience, it would have taken like 3 paragraphs of text to explain this. The visual makes it really simple, and we're able to change the behavior. Other examples are our line of credit tracker. So again, just taking something that was text only and making it visual. So if we're sending you an email about holiday hiring, that will have all the content there, but then you'll know that you've got $25,000 to draw from your line. We also have a lot of promotions, and sometimes they're just not very straightforward. So as marketers, it's our job to make that easy for the customer to understand. So in this middle example here, we launched a credit card. We're really excited about that. And as an entry promo, you had to spend $1,000 every month for 3 months. So we wanted to, again, change the customer's behavior over the course of that promotion. So you'd see how you're tracking to the $1,000 goal in month 1. If you hit that, it checks off, go to month 2, month 3. So ultimately get people to use that card. And so while this is a little bit different from maybe past promotions you've seen where it's just spend $3,000 over 3 months. For us, it was important to get those repeat transactions and have the customer establish a recurring behavior so that we're not just getting them to get the promo and then stop using us. We're building those behaviors to have long-term customers. And our last example here is our partner monthly metrics. So we work with some sales organizations to bring in new clients. We wanted just a fun way to help them visualize where they're tracking. So a great way to build engagement and show the value that we're bringing to them. Our next example is data collection via polling. And so this is a great way to build engagement with customers. It allows Bluevine to obtain information about our products and our experience, and allows us to develop future content. And so we do this in 2 ways. The first way, which we internally call is a external facing poll, which is what we have here on the screen. So this is trying to understand what types of content resonate with our customer. When they cast their vote, they can see what other people have voted on. And then later in the experience, we'll serve them emails about money management, about small business stories, whatever is interesting to them. The other way we do this is an internal facing poll. So same kind of concept where you're selecting an input. And so one example of this is an application abandonment email. We're asking our customer, hey, why haven't you moved forward? Are our rates not competitive? Were you having a technical issue? Are you missing required documents? And that gives us valuable input on how we can change the experience. So if they're missing required documents, maybe that tells us, hey, on this landing page, we have to provide more resources about what they'll need to apply. Do they need their social security card? Do they need a fictitious name certificate? So it really gives us information in a way that's engaging and fun and doesn't require them to do a 5-minute survey. So these have been really useful for us. Our next example is review. So by a show of hands, who is using a review service? Okay, a couple of you. At Bluevine, we use Trustpilot, and this is really social proofing. So we can promote all the benefits that we have in our products, but it really means a lot when our customers do that for us. So with Trustpilot, we're able to, on a prospecting email, have those reviews feed in. And so we leverage an API to do this. And it keeps our content fresh, so as we get new customers, it pulls in the latest reviews. So we're not tying up design resources in this experience, but we're keeping it fresh. Our other example here is proactive outreach. So we want to keep our review pipeline fresh, so we'll reach out to customers. And so in this hero here, we'd love to hear your thoughts. The star rating will change, so as our rating goes up, that's going to change in the email. As we get more reviews, it's going to change to 8,000, 9,000. So just a way, again, to eliminate design intervention there, but keeping the email current. Another thing that's happening on the back end of this email is that we are using verified Trustpilot URLs. And so this was an opportunity to reduce customer friction. So if you've ever used Trustpilot, when you click through, you have to create a profile. It takes time, so maybe the customer is bouncing at the experience there. Through the verified URL, we're able to know, hey, you're George, you're from New Jersey, you have a lawn care business. Then all you have to do is enter your rating and write your review without creating that profile. So that was really a big win for us, leveraging that API. Our next example is a dynamic progress bar using the image personalization tool. So the benefits of this is that it's creating a visual experience, it's informing customers of actions needed without taking away from the message, and it's removing barriers for conversion. And so in this example here, we have an email about sending and receiving money. That's really the focus there, to put in our processing times, any fees, just providing clarity on that experience. But subtly, we want to remind the customer that they need to fund their account, that they need to activate their debit card. So this is a way to just remove that friction there, create visibility, and ultimately get them closer to their goals and the actions we want them to take. And so in short, scaling movable ink tools in the Bluevine Lifecycle program has resulted in time savings, increased conversions, and reduced friction. And so for time savings, we're able to eliminate design and email resources by setting up automated campaigns, by leveraging APIs, and we're able to have that content stay continuously refreshed. We're able to increase conversion, so by building data visualizations, we're able to show customers real-time insights into their progress for promotions and other required action items. We're able to create visibility and really just shape their behaviors. And we're able to reduce friction through APIs, so these tools help customers stay in the experience without linking out to third-party sites. We're able to pull content directly into emails, really make it brand appropriate. And so I'll open it up for questions. And I think there's a mic coming.
Hi, so what are some ways that Bluevine is really staying different and differentiating themselves in an ever-changing and ever-competitive market?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And so one way that we're doing that is by staying customer-centric at every level of our organization. So we have a team of people going through every single Trustpilot review. If you left a bad review or feel like something is unresolved, we're addressing that. At a product level, we have betas with customers, real live customers testing our products before it launches to understand how the experience is. We have product marketers reaching out, setting up customer interviews. So I feel like when you're understanding your customer at the deepest level, you can really shape the experience, give them products and services that benefit their business. There are features that maybe they don't think they need, but through those conversations, they realize that it will really change their business and create efficiencies. And at a life cycle level, that means that we're constantly evolving our campaign. So while we do have a really robust life cycle program, every couple of months we're evaluating triggers that we've set up and changing them, adding in new modules. And at this point, almost every trigger we have has at least one piece of dynamic content, one movable ink module. So staying customer-centric and continuously evolving as you go has really kept us differentiated.
Hi, I have a question on the progressive polling where you're asking about the topics of interest. were you taking that back to the database and associating that with actual preferences, or were you using that more for ideation for content?
Yeah, so we weren't building preferences with that, but we were creating content. So we were shaping our roadmap there. If a lot of people are interested in small business stories, we're going to proactively get that content. And then we were sending future emails based on those results. Any other questions? Well, thank you.